Hello, Kathleen here. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope that you find it helpful. The topic that we're going to be exploring today is processing emotions. So before you turn off your video, stay with me. This is just a very general way that I approach this topic. And my intention is just to give you some tips, some tools, some strategies that maybe you can add to whatever you're doing right now, or this might be totally new to you and you might be like, yeah, I actually really need all those tools. So yeah, you are the guru and you're the expert on you. So you can take parts of this or you can use the whole thing. It's what I use and I do what works. It works for me. And so the first thing is to, and we're talking about uncomfortable emotions or what we call the unpleasant emotions. And I don't see emotions as good or bad. They're messengers. They're part of our kind of inner GPS, our guidance system. And the unpleasant ones are typically the ones that we don't want to be with, because a lot of us have never actually been mentored by our caregivers on how to actually be with an emotion. And I was, definitely raised to not acknowledge them. And as a result, not acknowledging them, not processing them caused a lot of emotional pain and discomfort for me. So this has been my mission, is to learn how to be with emotions. It's what I call emotional mastery. And I really feel that emotional mastery is one of the highest levels of mastery that we can have as a human being, is to really, really master this instrument. And emotions seems to be the ones that, that really challenge all of us. Doesn't matter who you are. So number one is just to tune into, attention, and asking questions such as, what am I feeling right now? And sometimes it could be hard to actually name what it is that you're feeling. It just might be like, it could be really intense, so there's nothing specific. Or, so like 3 weeks ago, after a phone call I had, it was just like, oh wow, everything just like rapidly sunk in me. And I was just like, I'm hopeless. Like, I'm hopeless. I knew exactly what the feeling was. And then it went to kind of like, then there was anger, and then there was overwhelm. And then it went to, well, there's just a whole bunch of emotions, like all the unpleasant, shitty emotions that you could possibly feel. Then I'm feeling all of them. So just be aware of that. And there's no right or wrong about this. So like I said, it could be one, it could be a whole bunch, and that's okay. And what I do is I kind of dialogue and I talk to myself. And because I've done this for a long time, and I do it whenever it comes up. And I was just like, I was just like really honest with myself and just saying, it really sucks to be me. And I have this little code that I say, I'm in swamp land. Like, I don't know, when I just say that word, it sounds like stuck. So, and then on the inside, it's kind of like I'm trying to humor myself too. We're in the swamps. Oh dear. But I'm sticking with this. I'm being with this. And even though there's a lot of resistance, and I just say, I really don't want to feel this right now, but I am. So that's how I started off. And then just coming into, so first attention, and then the next one is acceptance. I just surrender. It's like, here we are. Wow. Total acceptance, dropping resistance. I'm not going to push away. I'm not going to run away. Just going to be with it, going to feel with it, feel it, all of it. And the next one is, so we've got attention, acceptance, and then the next is perspective. And this is really, for me, this was a real game changer. So, and I do it with pretty much anything, is that once we have perspective, we're able to, kind of like strategize and kind of put on a new kind of, frame of reference. Like, what am I really looking at here? And just with that shift of perspective, it can really shift from, oh my God, I have no power here. It's just, this is a mess, to actually, I am more empowered than I thought I am. And what I'd like to read to you right now is a poem by Rumi. So he's a mystic poet from the Middle East, and it's called The Guest House. And just in reading this, it can actually create a shift in perspective. So here goes. You can close your eyes or have your eyes open. This being a human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of sorrows, who violently sweep your house, empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them all at the door, laughing, and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Rumi. So your eyes are closed. I invite you to open your eyes again. And yeah, I just love, 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 love that poem. So yeah, how did that land for you? That's one way to shift perspective. And the other perspective that I use a lot is the sky. And just like the sky holds all the different weather patterns, whether it's the sunshine, a tornado, hail, snow, whatever it is, and all the contrast of all the weather, is that just like the sky, is that you, with your awareness, being the witness, being the observer, is observing and witnessing the weather patterns that are intense and unpleasant, not resisting them, and knowing that as they pass through, without engaging, just being totally open, observing, witnessing, that the weather never stays the same. We know that. It's always shifting. That is the law of life, that change is, change is constant, and that this too shall pass. You cannot sustain an intense emotion. And the other perspective, so I'm just giving you some to try on. The other perspective is take the guest house and imagine that your very, very, very dear friend, shows up at your door, knocking on your door, at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you open the door and it's just like, they're distraught, they're having this massive crisis. And I know you. You'd be like me, I'd be like, come in. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm going to just close the door on them and say, like, just go away, just kind of like an unpleasant emotion. It's like, no, I don't want to deal with this. No, invite them in. Come in to my home. I will be with you. I will entertain them all. And just being open. So not pushing them away, open, being receptive, and just being in that place of, yeah, I'm not going to resist anything. I'm just going to be with this. I'm going to be attentive and I'm going to pay attention. And it's that, it's just that being the witness to everything that's happening. The next point in processing emotions is to know that you're by yourself, but you're not alone. You're never ever alone. You always have a team with you. You have angels and guides. And I'm constantly talking to mine. And when I am experiencing unpleasant emotions, I really reinforce and say, okay, be with me now. Give me the courage to be brave. Give me, the focus and, just to be strong, to be able to be with this because it's uncomfortable. And the other point is to ask yourself questions. Can I be with this? Can I be with this? And then answering, yeah, I can be with this. I can be with it. When we ask questions, we step into a place of being empowered. And now going into the next stage is to go into your body. And the emotions are going to actually show up physically in your body somewhere. So just knowing, connecting. So where do I actually feel this hopelessness or this anger or this overwhelm? It could be your solar plexus. It could be your throat. It could be in your eyes. It could be your head. It could be through your shoulders. You might need to close your eyes and it's just like, okay, where am I feeling this in my body? What is the place in my body? And then going into what are the sensations? So it could be, a constriction. It could be, if it was in your heart, it might feel like, palpitations in my heart. If it's in your stomach, it could feel like, like there's just like, all this energy that's moving there. And, is it heavy? Does it have a specific shape? Or does it have like a color? So you're actually really getting into more of the description of it. And that is really going to help you, just feel like, okay, we got something here. I'm connecting to this on an energetic and then on a physical level. So you're really getting into the description of it. And then from there, focusing again, going in and just really focusing your attention like a laser beam of light. So if it's in the solar plexus, take all your attention right there. And then going right into kind of like the eye of the storm, staying there. And then now adding your breath. So going right into the center, if it's in the solar plexus, and then it's like tension's going there, and then breathing in. And then you're just sending your breath right into that focal point. And you keep doing that. And then doing that and staying with it, breathing through it. You can exhale through your mouth and then make the exhales longer than the inhale. So breath is spirit in the body. So you're making that mind-body connection. And then what you might notice is that all of a sudden it could shift. It could go right into your hip, or it could come up into your throat. Follow it. Stay present, follow it through your body. It might actually just stay in one place. And this, like I said, this is emotional mastery. This is the key. This is the key to being a human and being able to move through, the hurdles, the obstacles, and to be resilient, to bounce back. And it's what we all are here to do. And that might take you a couple of minutes. It might take you 5 minutes or 10 minutes. I'm telling you, it's worth it. This is a really good investment in your time. And once you get to a place where all of a sudden it's just like, okay, I think that storm is over, or that tsunami. Congratulate yourself for sticking with it. And then just dropping into, wonder what I could attribute that to. So you could have an awareness that it was a conversation that you had with someone, and maybe something was said and you just kind of like, well, I had to go on to the next thing, and then all of a sudden it's just like, whoa, that's been sitting there, that's been kind of like, on the back burner, and now it's like the pot's boiling over, and then there you go. So just asking yourself, and you might get an answer, you might not get an answer, and just knowing that as we are shifting as a collective, that we are all connected. So everything is affecting everyone, even though you might say, well, I'm not watching the news or whatever. Energetically, we feel it all. And some people, if you're an empath, as I am, you're going to be picking up a whole lot of stuff from other people. And we are all here to transmute all the negative energy that is on the planet. So it might be, you might say, there's nothing really going on in me. Then it could be what you're transmuting and moving for the collective through your body. I was doing a lot of that back in like March, April, May. And finally, so we've gone through a lot. You're doing great. Stick with me. We're almost there. The last thing is, what action do I need to take? So after being with the emotion, processing it, it could be like, you know what? That like just exhausted me. and I'm actually going to lie down and I'm going to rest. What can I do that's really going to honor me? Or, and ask yourself, it could be like, I need to be in nature. I need to journal. Or I need to take a bath. I need to get a big drink of water. I need to eat something. I need to meditate. Whatever it is, trust that you know what you need to do in order to take action. Hope that was helpful. And I would love to hear feedback from you. And, you know, you might want to just remember where this video is, where you're going to put it. So maybe when you do hit that, you know, unpleasant weather, that you just kind of, I'm with you. Come play the video, and I'm going to hold your hand through this. Thank you so much for your time. It is my honor and my gratitude to be able to share this with you. Namaste.